All right, everybody. Welcome to Friday. Another week gone by. Another day behind us here. It's just awful that the SEC doesn't do anything, and it's just funny that a lot of stocks that we follow, they don't go, they never go. They all do is go down a couple of pennies, whatever it is. It's every day. It's the same pattern, and it's in all these crazy names. It just doesn't make a difference. It's unbelievable. Anyway, let me just start out with a couple of recaps on things. This stock that today, AKAN, is another stock that went from nothing, from zero to hero, went to $75, I think, today, maybe $78. It was Christian Shaughnessy had posted about it when it was 90 cents in January, I believe, and here it is May 1st, and it's $78. I mean, so each week we're getting more and more of these crazy swings. The SEC doesn't even address it. Like, this is normal. Stocks go from 90 cents to $78. Like, it's no big deal. Just like the bird or the, I forget the other one with that MYSE, something like that. I forgot what that one went to $6 real quick. And they have these complete turnarounds, so these things happen all the time. And people, listen, I'm not in the business of recommending to people that I don't know everybody here. But I can't tell you go buy this one and go buy that one. I'm not studying those things. Like, for example, 50 people hit me up on Beyond Meat today, and I said, hey, they opened it up. It's going to go. The U.S. Army is going to buy the meat, blah, 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 blah. We traded 40 million shares before the opening. And I said, if you're going to do it, buy it on the dip, like 101 and 98 I put up, just so you get like $1 average. This is the only way I can tell you to get into it if you wanted to do it. Again, I'm not chasing. I don't believe. I can only follow the ones that I do, and I study them, and I stick with them. All right? So, again, everyone reaching out to me, should I buy Beyond Meat? And the only way I would tell you to do is if you wanted to buy it, you buy some at the offer, then you bid lower, and hopefully you got hit. And it did exactly what I said it was going to do. They hit the 101, and they hit the 98-cent bids. Right? Remember, the shorts don't let any stocks go up. They have to push them down. Remember, they always want less money because they cannot let it go up because of margin. I sound like a broken record, but I'm just trying to teach you a lesson. If I was trading today and the CAR, that the budget Avis thing, I would take a shot on the 200 calls if they were 30 cents. Because this thing, if it catches fire, could be 250. So for 30 cents an option, it's worth the shot sometimes. You buy 10 of them, for $300. If it goes, that's the 200s. I mean, you can only play these names with these big options that got a lot of premium, and you can only play them on option expiration because the premium has disappeared. You're going against the clock. You got 2 hours to go. If CAR gets hot, it can go to 250 today. And I think about that. You buy options at 30 cents, you sell them at at $50. You're making $49.70 an option. I mean, it's just a massive play. I mean, that's how these things go. But again, that's the only way I would play those things. You have to buy them on option expiration. The premium is ridiculous. I had told people they bought some puts in that Reddit. The stock collapsed down $20. They all got out. The stock popped up on earnings today, and they got a chance to reshort it now. That's the way you got to play it. But when the stocks drop, the premium is nothing. The premium doesn't expand; it contracts. So they paid $12 for puts. The stock went down $18, and the drop made the options only go to like $20 or $21. So they made $8 or $9 on their options, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But the rest of it was all premium. You guys don't understand it. When it drops, you think that I paid 12 and the options would be double that, because the stock went down. No, that premium disappears. So option trading, you can win and you can lose. And I always told the story that happened to me where I bought puts on Shopify. The stock went down 100. I think I had the 535s and the stock was 650. It went down to 540. I paid $13 for my puts, And with Shopify down 100, my puts were up $7, $6, something like that. And it should have been like $30 instead of I paid 13. It should have been $35. They didn't move. I didn't sell them. I hesitated. In my mind, I said, if they're not going up, that means the stock is going to turn. That was what my belief was. I hesitated. Sure enough, the stock turned and ran right back up the next day. So, I mean, it's very dangerous when you don't see your options start to move in a stock like that. So, again, trading these things is difficult. I would only play crapshoot options because you can't buy expensive options. You get wiped out, these things. And as you can see, these stocks are going up and down $20, $30. The people that are on the other side of your trades all know, and they're afraid to sell them too. So they know there's going to be volatility, so they kind of stay away from it also. So, again, just wanted to tell you about option trading. I wanted to talk about that for a second. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's almost with over 78,000, moving towards 79. Everyone tells me it's going to 85. That's the number the guys told me. And they have GDC down. All right, on 10,000 shares. They can't have it go up because if it gains any momentum, they get crushed. Even though the company, when they sell the Bitcoin, it's all working in the favor for the company. Bitcoin's going up, they'll sell it, and they can buy back all the shares. And when they squeeze the stock, they can then raise money with a $300 million shelf offering, or the ATM, as you call it. Shorts are holding it down. Remember, I've never seen it where people who make sales want less all the time because they cannot handle the margin calls. They have no money. They're playing this game as a pauper, and they allow it to go. A gentleman sent me a thing about Lynn Partners attending a conference in Australia. So obviously they're trying to do things away from this country. I guess their good name here is kind of it's like mud now. Everybody knows what they're about, so they go to different places. I don't know how my friend got the email on it, but he sent it to me, and I posted it up for you. They're in Australia. If you have any Australian people here and their long finger motion, there he is. Go see him. They're right there in Australia, May 6th or something like that. All right, so I spoke about the GDC. Out of all the stocks that I follow, my smallest position is GDC. But I have to tell you, it's the best trap. I don't think the people at the company understood what they did, but they getting this Bitcoin, at 80,000 Bitcoin, 7,500 coins is almost, I think it's $600 million. Companies are trying to scrape together and raise in 5 or 10 million. These guys got 600 million if they sell the Bitcoin. The market cap of the company is like 234 million, and they got 600 million in cash. That's pretty wild, and there's no selling in the stock. The guy who gave him the Bitcoin, he doesn't get a share till it goes to $23. Excuse me, got 39 million shares at 23. So it's got to get above there. There's only 17 million shares between here and $23. So at any given time, this thing can take off. They keep pretending like everybody, it's not going to do anything. It's nonsense. The Bitcoin, they told, everything's on the tape already. You can't say any more about it than that. It's all on the tape. There's no hearsay. It's all right there. All right, so you got your GDC thing. I think it's a great play. I just think if you have the extra money, you should be buying it. Anytime they offer it down like this, Bitcoin is up over $1,000. It's got 7,500 Bitcoin. That's over 7.5 million today in profit, and it gets no credit for it. I can understand if it's a business thing, but this is just cash. This is cash. This is cash. All right. So again, look at that. Look at that stock. HLP. I have to get an update on it. It's very quiet. We saw the wash trades. We all saw that. When I get a chance, I'll try to get an update on it. My older brother's yelling at me too, so I hear it all the time. We'll talk about finger motion. I'm working on trying to get the truck there for Tuesday. I had someone go past the TSCC, and they think the road is open, so we're trying to get the truck there for Tuesday, and we will be fucking brutal on the truck with our new slides. Brutal. So I'm trying to reach out to the truck guy right now, and if I can set it up, it'll be there for Tuesday. I'm going to drive down to D.C., and I'll drag old man Bill over there, and we'll get some good pictures for us at the truck in D.C. And maybe me and William will go walk around the halls and try to shake up a few things. I still got plenty of paperwork, some of my folders to hand out, and we can go be selective and give them out to the right people. I told you before, I went to Elise Stefanak. She's from Rochester. I gave her the pamphlet on Kodak, and I talked about it many times. And Kodak looks like it wants to go, still wants to go. I think that breakout spot was 11, and now it's up to 13, almost $14 now. All right. One day, the last time Kodak ran to 61. But again, I went to the politicians. No one does it. I can't believe no one says anything. Zero. So again, that's I just wanted to let you know about Kodak. NRGV, every day the stock spikes and they push it back down. And at the end of the day, it spikes the other way. So the accumulation is going on there. And I think that the stock, once it breaks over 5, it's going to have that same look as Wolf. Exactly the same. It's funny. They both started at 80 cents. Wolf is now Morgan Stanley stock with a target of 41. NRGV started the same place, spiked to 6.5, pulled back. I look for them to get a partnership, and then the stock will go, and then you'll start seeing the brokerage firms turn just like they did in Wolf. Same thing. So buying the dip on that stock, if you buy the dips and sell the rips, you could probably make yourself a nice 30 cents, 40 cents every day doing it. You could be long it. You can do whatever you want. I don't know the timing of anything, but that's, that stock looks like it's going to go too. And you can see everybody piles into the same name. Warren Buffett bought $4 billion in Google. And I just told another shareholder, it's amazing that these big, wealthy billionaires, all this nonsense, how they don't support healthcare stocks like that IBRX cancer company. Their own family members die. I mean, you're just supporting Google to make more money. Who gives a shit, Warren? No one cares. These guys all do the same thing. They worry about money instead of saving themselves and their families or enhanced treatments, medical treatments. The medical field stocks are they're just like just a place where the shorts go and loot. I think they all have ties to the FDA, and the FDA gives them a heads up, a thumbs down, whatever they're going to do. I think that part of the business is really dirty, and it's hard to play it. These stocks just get killed. Everyone knows it takes time to get approval for a drug that can save someone's life before someone starts taking the medication. But these companies that don't even get rewarded, they all get slaughtered. They get slaughtered, and then they get taken out at low levels. Every once in a while, one will squeeze through the door and get taken out. That EXAS, Eddie X-Ray Apple Sam, which I talked about a long time ago when Andrew left. He bashed it down from $29 to $20. I think it went to $125, but it was acquired at $104 by Abbott. That just happened the other day. And that was a company Andrew left, said it was a piece of trash, it's never going to go anywhere. It got taken out at $104. All right, so again, we talked about that. I told you about the truck. I wanted to talk about, excuse me, I went to, the allergies are brutal, so if anyone has allergies, it's not fun. But I'll talk about the finger motion. Nothing has changed. A gentleman on Twitter was reaching out to me, telling me to go buy Sky, SKYQ. SKYQ. It's going to squeeze. I told him he missed it. The people that squeezed it to $19 from $3 sold it, and are coming into finger motion. I tried to tell him, but someone told me he's coming late to the party. They all dumped it. It was up to $19.45. They all dumped it, and now they're coming to finger motion. What day are they coming? I don't know, but they're coming. All right? I told you the one person that's involved in that, their wife had a baby. That's what I heard. I don't know the group. All right, but the big holders do. So I don't know who they are, but they're coming. And that's, I can say that there. We know finger motion is doing something with AI. I can tell you that, but I don't know exactly. I'm really not an expert on AI, but they're doing something with AI, and I'm told that's coming out shortly also. And as soon as the stock starts trading, Tinted Veil and a few other people put that machine gun to 5555 111. They're so lazy now they put zero, no shares trade, and they put a price in it. I don't even know what the hell that means. And you can see all the wash trades because the numbers are $1.01 005. How do you get change from that? Let's say it's a point 0.005. How do you get that? How do you get that changed? Those numbers don't even make any sense. Right? So again, the stock market, they closed the spread because they wanted you to get a better price. Who can buy green zero shares offshore? Yeah, the whole thing is retarded at this point. And the SEC, I told everybody this guy started following me. His name was Atkins, the same guy from the SEC. I had no idea, but he should be following me. But they're buffoons, they're criminals. Even Ann Vandersteer is calling them a criminal organization now. It's just amazing that the SEC is so lowly regarded amongst everybody. Everybody, it's a complete. They always go after them. If you attack the message, you are the messenger. They go after you. That's what they do. That's for Elon Musk. It happens to everybody. As soon as you start fighting to expose fraud, they attack you. That's the way it works. Look at Christian Shaughnessy. She put up a guy who was exposing, I guess, the COVID stuff, and all of a sudden these big pharmacies or pharma companies want to recruit him to work for them. I guess they want to just silence him, and he refuses to do it. But again, finger motion, again, you know the story. They start where they want. AKAN was 90 cents. It went to $78. I believe finger motion is going to go a lot higher because no one even knew what AKAN was. No one knew about CAR. No one knew about this one. No, these stocks are shorted, but they're not as spoken up. Remember, finger motion we put the truck in front of the SEC 23 times. I think I post 23 times an hour about finger motion, and I copied everyone in the free world. So a lot of people know about finger motion. Once the momentum starts, you could see all the people start to come running for it, like they did in Beyond Meat today. Everybody was running to Beyond Meat. Once they get momentum, that's when it takes off. The buy orders that we have going in, and Tinted Veil is doing a great job. Excuse me. They go into the dark pool. So let's say the stock is 1 to 101, which it was this morning, 8,000 by 500 shares. All the trades were naked shorted. They never took the 101 offer for 500 shares. So they would sell it short at 1.005 in the dark pool. Because they know if someone buys 2,000 shares, the 101 will be gone. It'll be 101 to 103. Then if you take the 103, it'll be 103 to 105. They don't want the stock to move up. So they're naked shorting, and we're over 80%. So if you buy 100 shares, 80 of them are naked shorted. They won't let anything go up. And I keep telling you, why do they keep trying to sell it lower? Because they can't afford the margin money. They can't let this thing get away. Finger motion, naked short, is so massive, and they can't let it go. I never seen anything like it in my life. We try to pump it up, and they just keep holding it down. There was a story the other day about Bed Bath & Beyond on Twitter, and someone told me Hudson Bay stole $300 million there. Hudson Bay. That's our friends out of Connecticut. I retweeted the story, and I wrote Hudson Bay, blah, blah, blah. I got to read it again. But Hudson Bay said that they made $300 million in that stock, killing Bed Bath & Beyond. I think it's in a lawsuit. I'm not sure what, but their name has popped up in that name. I mean, these guys, that's all they do. They're just criminals. They could care less. We have to fight back with the regulators holding our hands behind our back as we fight. Any crumb, any word from anybody about stock settlement, and everyone on this phone gets rich. That's how close it is. Anytime. and I think it's coming. I actually do believe it's coming. MMTLP, I told you, is breaking doors down in D.C. I hear from many people things are going on in D.C. Again, it's not me. I told you about the DOJ contacting the shareholder. It's not me. It's the shareholder. I try to reach out to them every day and try to do my best there. I'm just looking at this Kodak. Did it hit 14 today? I can't see it. It's 13.89 now. Yeah, it hit 14.14. Keep an eye on that Kodak. At any given time, that thing can scoot. The last time it went to $61. It's got a billion shares short. I told you about MicroStrategies. That was multiple billions of shares short there, and my MSTR. The AKAN, no clue. I have no idea what it means. It got to $78. Now it's down on the day at 46.39. I told people stay away. It's only for people that know what they're doing. If you're going to gamble, that's a tough stock. Don't chase these crazy names. The only way to play it would be cheap options like a CAR, like I told you about. That's interesting to watch into the close. Let's see if I can catch one of these for you and show you what it looks like. It's up $3 now at 183. Someone's going to try to cover. Anybody who's short going into option expiration, all these options that were, think about it. If you had the 200 calls a few days ago, they were worth $600 a piece, 600 plus to zero. Think about that one. That's why when you get a deep in the money call, if you buy something, let's say you bought the 200s and the stock runs to 250, you got to get out and then turn around. You can want to play. You go buy the 300s then. You got to keep moving higher and higher. That's how it works. Don't stay with the deep in the money calls because you see how fast they make it evaporate. So you got to be careful on that one. Finger motion calls. People ask me about that all the time. Don't pay more than a nickel. I posted that they have 50-cent options now. And then CVM just filed a secondary to raise money. CVM, that guy Gert, I've told you 1,000 times, all he does is raise money and reverse the stock. He's trying to work on head and neck cancer. He's been doing it for a long time. I never trusted him because he keeps raising money. I told all my friends that 50,000 times. So CVM raised money, and his stock, he just reversed it. It was 10. It's back to 3 already. So whoever he's talking to, they've been shorting it and just knocking it down, and they just raised some money. That doesn't make him a bad person. It's just that he just doesn't look out for his shareholders. So again, certain people, TNXP is another company I met with many moons ago, and they've done the same thing. They must have raised money 5 or 6 times, reversed the stock 3 or 4 times. He's done the same thing, and now he's got a $20 stock. And the CEOs of these companies look at it saying, hey, we're here to survive. And we're the shareholders. We look at it differently and say, what the fuck? What are you doing? You're killing us. But it's really the SEC allows the vultures to manipulate the stock. CVM, people were shorting it. People were shorting the stock at CVM and probably knew he was going to raise some money. And this is what they do. So just be careful with that name anyway. So again, GDC, Bitcoin, 7,500 Bitcoin times the price. And just through the market cap of the company, you can go to Yahoo. It's like $233 million. And they got $600 million in cash. That number has to close, that spread. See, the Bitcoin's got to go down, which I don't think they can manipulate it down, GDC players. So it's got to follow Bitcoin. It's got to go up. So that's an easy one. I told you about the Wolf Morgan Stanley, NRGV. I expect the same thing to happen in NRGV. It just feels and looks exactly like Wolf. Exactly. Wolf didn't go until they got the partnership with Google. Then it took off from that point. Then it's been nothing but strong. and a shareholder that I know made a lot of money in it. He thanked me for it yesterday, and he's long finger motion, and he thanked me a lot because he stayed with Wolf and he held on, and he rolled and bought cheaper options, and it just kept paying off. And I believe he's still there. So again, listen, have a great weekend. I'll let you know if I'm going to put the truck out there for Tuesday. The sign's going to be brutal. I'm throwing every motherfucker under the bus. Everyone, individually, Tim Bouchette and Wagner, all these people from the Senate banking. We're going to make them all look like the Three Stooges. They're a disgrace. The truck will be in front of the SEC. I just got to get a confirm from the gentleman with the truck, and we'll go from there. Again, finger motion. Every day that goes by, we're getting closer to something happening here. All right, everybody, listen, I'm sorry I can't make it go up. I can't manipulate the stocks like the shorts can. I wish I could, but I can't. All right, because I would love to do nothing more than trample them for everybody here. All right, everybody, listen, have a great weekend and stay well. Bye-bye.